Tuesday, February 4th, 2025, and I'm a driver for Domino's, and I'm headed into my location. It's 4:58. I'm gonna do a 4-hour shift from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and I'm gonna take you along with me. I was in the store for about 30 minutes. It's 5:35 right now, and I did get my first delivery. It is only 2 minutes away. It's a New York style pizza. So I will let you know how that goes. First delivery of the night. I just dropped off our first delivery, and the way the Domino's app works is that the driver's app is that when you deliver the order, you then close out the order and it shows you your tips. You can know the tips ahead of time if they pay with a credit card by printing out the receipt in store before you take the delivery. I don't like to do that. I like the surprise of delivering the order and then closing it and seeing how much they tipped. It's I don't know, it's like the little treat at the end of the delivery. Now, I'm gonna close out the order and I'll let you know what tip we made. Not a bad start. That was a $37 order. We made $5.67. It was only a 2-minute drive. I mean, that is pretty good. What is that? Is that 15%, maybe 20% of 37? Maybe not quite that, but yeah, we're looking good. $5.67 for a 2-minute drive there and back. We're cooking now. So I'm headed back to the store. It is 5:40 p.m. and hopefully there are deliveries on the rack waiting for us. We shall see. Okay, it's not a super promising sight because I came back and there are 3 other drivers here at the store, which means it's gonna be a little while before I get sent out on another delivery, but I'll check back in with you. Let's hope for good things. It's 5:58 now. So I was in the store for maybe 20 minutes or so, but now I'm out on my second delivery. I did something really dumb when I got back to the store after that first delivery, and for whatever reason, I guess I was just distracted by talking to the camera and stuff, but I just left my car running and went back in the store, which I don't think I've ever done before. I just left my keys in the ignition and just went right back in, and yeah, so it feels very good in my car because I had the AC going, but you know, my car's just been running for 20 minutes for no reason. Let's hope I don't do that again, because that could have been really bad if the night slowed down and it just sat there and ran for 4 hours. No bueno. There's one guy that I work with. His passion is documenting the history of Texas musicians Johnny and Ariel Winter, I think are their names. I know one of them did that song Free Ride from like the 70s, I guess. I don't know, I'm not that good with classic rock and stuff. I know some, but not a lot. But he's been documenting the history of these 2 brothers and their musical journey since he was like a teenager. And he like writes on Facebook and blogs about it, and I asked him if he was going to publish a book, and he said probably not. But I was talking to him tonight, and he was like, yeah, I was documenting one of these concerts and, you know, looking through their history and their interactions with their manager and that kind of stuff. And there was one witness to an event who was closer to the event than another witness whose word is taken. And I was like, this is, you really know your stuff about the Winter brothers. And I asked him if it was possible that he was the foremost authority on Johnny and Ariel Winter, and he said probably not. So the thought that there's somebody out there who knows more about those brothers than this guy is haunting. We're almost there. I think this is a house, but we're going to an apartment heavy area which kind of makes me nervous because if it is an apartment, they have not left the number on here. So we'll see. It's a $33.83 order, and it is an unpaid order, which means I'll be taking cash from them. That was a $33.83 order. We just delivered it. I did pull up to the address, and it was an apartment building, but there was no apartment number on the receipt, so I had to call the customer, and she was very sweet, and she gave me the apartment number, and she said that she felt bad because she's tried to update that in the system multiple times, and it just will not save her apartment number. So I'm gonna go back to our store and see if I can get them to update that for her, because I feel bad that that's the case. But she told me on the phone, I told her the total on the phone. I said it'll be $33.83, and she said, "I'm giving you 40, hun." She called me hun. So we got a $6.17 tip on that last order. That was the second order of the night. We're not doing too bad. I actually just passed a couple of our drivers, which means our location is probably empty of drivers. That's what we want to see when we get back, is no drivers in that little side parking slot and orders on the top rack. That's what we want. That's what we're hoping for. It was funny, when she answered the door, she was decked out in Beetlejuice stuff. Like, she had Beetlejuice slippers on that had Beetlejuice on one slipper, like a little pop-up head, and on the other slipper was Winona Ryder's character, which I can't remember her name. And she had a Beetlejuice sweater on, and maybe even her shorts had something Beetlejuice on, but it was just all over her. And she looked like a character out of Beetlejuice, the way her hair was done and everything. It's like, man, she is a Beetlejuice super fan. So I asked her what I thought was a slam dunk question. I was like, what did you think of the new Beetlejuice that just came out last year? And she was like, I have not seen it. I was like, okay. Man, I really thought I was gonna connect there and hit that one out of the park. But yeah, she said it's really expensive going to the movies, and it is. And she said she has kids. And so she said she was gonna wait for the DVD to come out, and I definitely understand that. I did, however, tell her about a local Cinemark theater that my wife and I go to that still has $6 matinees. We try and go, once every week or once every couple of weeks, go see a movie. $6 matinees, I think it's before 4 p.m. And they might charge more if it's like opening weekend or something, but when we go to the movies, that's where we go, is that Cinemark theater. The new Beetlejuice was okay. It's 6:32, third delivery of the night. So it's been a little bit slow, but it seems like it's starting to pick up a bit. This one is only 5 minutes away. One of my coworkers is taking me through the books of the Bible in Spanish. He and his family attend a Spanish church, and so he was teaching me all the names in Spanish, which I did pretty well guessing on some of them. I've taken a few classes over the years, but I didn't really stick with it. So about all that I remember is some vocabulary, like a fair amount of vocabulary, and I can pronounce Spanish fairly well for somebody who's not a good speaker of it. He was especially impressed when we came to the books of Kings, and I was able to guess that it was Primer y Segundo Reyes, and he was like, wow, man. We just dropped off our third delivery of the night. I think that's number 3. And that was also an unpaid order, so they would be paying in cash. And it was very easy to get to. It was an apartment on the first floor, and I pulled right up to the apartment number. The total for the order was $28.10. She gave us $33 in cash. And so that leaves us with a $4.90 tip. That is good. That was only a 4-minute drive, I think, there and back. So, We're rolling. Earlier in store, I took an order from a carryout customer, and he tipped me $3 and something cents. So far, I've only driven 6 miles in these 3 orders, so I'm hoping to get a little more mileage tonight. I just got back to the store, and there's one other driver that is parked here, and so I look and I see the top rack, and there are no deliveries. I'm just gonna sit here in the car for a minute and take a quick break and get my cash in order, because there's been a lot of cash transaction for me tonight, and we have to keep all cash on us until the end of the night when we turn it in. I've talked about this in another video, but I kind of wish that we would go cashless, because it makes me nervous going out on delivery for unpaid orders when people know that you're going to bring cash with you. And yeah, somebody could send us out into the middle of a field, and we wouldn't know we were being ambushed until we got there, and that would not be fun. There was a location that I went and worked, and kind of a neighboring store that I went and worked a couple of months ago, and they warned us right when we got there. They were like, drivers are being robbed in this area. That was how my shift began that night, and that was extremely anxiety inducing, because I didn't know any further details than that. I didn't know if they were drivers from that store I was working, like they didn't clarify that. They also said that there was a driver in Missouri. That same night they told us there was a driver in Missouri who was kidnapped. And yeah, that's even more terrifying. So this can be a dangerous job. I mean, I presumably it could be. I haven't really had many orders that caused me suspicion, but it is possible. Okay, I'm gonna go back into the store and see if there's anything waiting for me. Well, that was a long time in store. It's almost 7:30, and I'm on my, what is this, the 4th delivery of the night, so it is really just simmering along. Not cooking, just simmering. And this is a prepaid order. I haven't looked at the receipt to see how much it is, but it's only a 5-minute drive. Hopefully a good tip. I'll check back in with you. That was a 6-minute drive, and the order total was $46.79. On the receipt it said we will tip in cash at the door, and they did. They only gave us $2 tip. We'll take it, but it's not great. 6-minute drive back to my store. I think that was order 4 of the night. We're not doing great. We're not doing great tonight. And the Mavs are playing, which is kind of surprising. Everybody was thinking it was going to be a busy night. I'm just hoping that it picks up later. I will keep you posted. Thanks for watching. I was having a fun conversation with my coworkers earlier when I was sitting in the store for a while, and we were talking about the dangers of AI and how AI gets better and better at what it does. But the thing is, you know, I work as a graphic designer full-time, and I know there's some anxiety about AI getting to the point where it can just completely replace us in our job. I don't know that that's going to happen in my lifetime. You know, I work in the news industry, and the graphics requests that we get are so specific and sometimes include content that I don't think they would want to upload to like an AI server or something, or to a service. I don't think they would want to trust that copyrighted content or that sensitive content to upload it to a service. I'm sure that could change, and it definitely does make me nervous, but I just don't think in my lifetime that I'm gonna see my job, you know, go by the wayside. I think it's gonna be necessary. I'm praying that it is. because I don't really want to pivot to something else. I'm already delivering for Domino's, for goodness sakes. But we were also talking in the store earlier about the event of, I think it's the event of synchronicity that they talk about, where, you know, if AI rises to a level of intelligence and I suppose you could say confidence in itself, where it determines that human beings are no longer necessary to its goals, that we will just disappear and there won't be any lead up or like warning, like, hey, they're planning something. The AI will just determine that we don't meet its needs, and it will find the most efficient way to terminate us. And it won't be like a movie where there are bots going around killing people. That there will just be some extremely efficient way to just vanish human beings. I don't know how much of that is sci-fi and how much of it is possible. I've seen the Joe Rogan Experience. I don't know. I pray that God has better things in store for my generation than just being vanished by AI. Let's pray we have a good, long, happy life. That's what I'm going with. Okay, I've got our 5th delivery of the night. This is a very short drive away. I think it's like 3 minutes, less than a mile. The total is $20.53. It's a prepaid order. So I'll let you know what we make in tips. The next time you see me, I'm going to react to my tip. We closed it out, and they tipped us $5.13. And that is a pretty good tip, especially for, what, like a 3-minute drive. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Sorry, I was kind of disconnected there for the last part of my shift, kind of disconnected from the video here, but I finished out the shift, spent a fair amount of time in the store. Ooh, that person ran off the road. That's not good. So you add our hourly, which is probably something in the 20-ish range, $8 in mileage, $10.80 in credit tips, $39 in cash tips, which has got to be a record for the amount of cash tips that I've ever made in any shift. That's very surprising. You know, we're looking at somewhere between like a $75 and $80 shift on a Tuesday night when the Mavs were playing. Yes, the Mavs played on a Tuesday night, they did, and we made between $75 and $80. I'll take it. I hope you have a great night. Thank you for watching. And I don't know how much longer after I filmed this video that I've actually edited and uploaded it, but I hope wherever you are that you're doing well at the time. Good night.